Hi, dear Soul Surfer companion. Currently, I find myself on a trip in Bali, meeting some dear friends, sharing precious moments together. And I had 3 flights to arrive in Denpasar with hours of layover in Zurich and Singapore. This was a space to explore the shopping mall structure of airports, and while observing the shopping habits of people and the people like searching for something in these shops, buying some things. And same came up in the airline lounges. The question was, what is true luxury and what actually is luxury? Come with me today to dive into the world of true luxury. And this perspective, as you might already feel, might differ a lot from the one we usually have when we say luxury. Welcome to Soul Surfing. Let's ride the waves from fear to love.
Something in the air, hypnotizing.
So here is what the web says about luxury. I just took a little bit research, Google, and it says, it's great comfort as provided by expensive and beautiful possessions, surroundings, or food, or something enjoyable and often expensive but not necessary. Well, that's what most people would agree with when we say luxury. You do and buy things and events that are not necessary for your life, but they are aspects of the world around us to bring us and others a feeling of spoiling ourselves, a feeling of privilege, as many people might see it, a way to distinguish one's personal self from the rest of society, and often childish competition in luxury goods, brands, properties, etc. Well, where does this all come from? First of all, wanting to be different and special comes from separation. Separation is called normal, but as you might know, we call it here at the Soul Surfing University insane, because it is elusive, as you cannot be separate except in your own imagination, which has, I say, become a widespread virus in society to be special and different. Again, this doesn't mean, and I don't want to indicate that, this doesn't mean to give up all worldly things, but it is an invitation to check in with yourself. Are you feeling your happiness depends on any outside luxury, or do you realize there is no outside? And when we go inside, we get this wonderful connection to everyone and everything. It is a feeling that cannot be acquired as physical luxury. It can only be lived by letting go attachments and the desire to be special. And also, physical luxury can be given up for that true feeling of authenticity in us. Here we go. Now we are talking about luxury, right? In a good way, luxury comes from a disguised feeling of abundance that we have. Why could that feeling be disguised? Because often luxury shopping, trips, 5-star hotels, cars, houses, clothing, accessories, and Michelin star restaurants do not come from a feeling of true abundance, but from actually feeling we don't have enough of abundance, we don't have enough luxury, but hey, we have some money to afford it, and let's get some luxury into our lives. Let's bring some luxury experiences to our lives. As soul surfers, we are always taking a look at our own life to see what is in that for us, right? So let's take a look. Do you go for what you call luxury because you do not feel enough yet? Because you want to impress others? I stayed at the Four Seasons, etc. Depending on income, also it might be smaller things that give you a feeling of living luxurious. For lower incomes, a shopping trip to Zara, H&M, Uniqlo, or even Primark can give a short feeling of luxury. I'm working in the perfume business, which attracts luxury-seeking people all the time. And perfume gives many people a luxurious feeling, I can tell. That's true. Plus, perfumes generate these emotions many people hunger for. I was also inspired by Emmanuel, my producer, to really go into the preciousness of essences and how they can assist our awakening. I guess I'll do that in another podcast. But just to say that, for example, Zara, they picked up the trend of perfumes with real extensive perfume bars, usually in the cashier area, where you can buy trendy perfumes for small money. Mostly they are, I have to say by experience, imitations from the luxury brands. But they catch up and cater the people with lower income wanting to indulge more luxury. There's nothing wrong about that. It can actually be an expression of lived abundance. But, we often do luxurious buying and living as a replacement out of a feeling of scarcity, of not feeling enough, of feeling life isn't granting us enough, so we have to add something. And hey, as advanced soul surfers, we know that the material world cannot provide us the happiness we truly seek. Have you ever had the feeling you spoiled yourself with something you bought, but it only brought a very short period of happiness and contentment? And then you were doing what? Looking for the next best thing to indulge to, right? That's the case with all the things of this duality world. Let's take flying, because I do fly a lot. For some people, economy is enough, but then when they board, they wander through business class and they want to go business. Then someone can afford a business class flight. He never wants to go back. And then there's first class to achieve, right? And that's how our lives are often structured, even though whoever experienced the flight in one of the higher classes, of course, it's more enjoyable and more relaxing. Anyway, this was just an example how it never ends to grade us up. And the people that get richer, for them first class isn't enough anymore. They book into NetJet or one of these private jet companies where you can book for whatever, 15,000, 20,000 euro a short trip in Europe, or 50,000 euro, well, I don't know. And then the next step is, why don't I own a plane? Why do I have to book into one? You know where it's heading, right? Okay, but without a connection to our soul, to the soul of life, all these things can only do a very mediocre job and leave you searching for more and more, and a feeling of never enough, right? How sad must people be who can afford everything but don't feel fulfilled? I mean, latest moment to understand, what I'm looking for must be inside of me, because outside nothing ever brings me this deep joy that I'm longing for. And every other house I buy, or every other apartment I buy, or every other car I buy does not give me that satisfaction long term. This is something I could really observe when I went to Dubai recently. It is so luxurious to the eye and the physical senses that you are overwhelmed. But very interesting, many people say Dubai has no soul. I understand what they mean. It's this kind of luxury that is often rooted only in the personal life enhancement of everyone. I feel there's no place without the soul on this planet or in the universe, because the soul of life is everywhere. Just in places like Dubai, It's often overlooked what people are actually yearning for. This love, this peace, this inner abundance that only an opening to the true spirit can bring. We are all longing for the same thing, guys. I'm sure we want eternal life, true sustainable happiness, unharmed by any outside circumstances. We want to feel a love beyond limitations and conditions. And the coolest thing is, something I have mentioned over and over here, we do not need anything or anyone from the outside when we connect to this inner abundance. Now we're talking true luxury, dear ones. It's inside every one of us. I have often had this feeling already at a quite young age, but I wasn't aware what it was truly about fully. Something in me felt grateful, blessed, and guided, and I felt the limitless spirit and also an inner confirmation that we are all part of this supernatural power which is unspeakable, endlessly caring, never-ending, always flowing and expanding. That is what still today is true luxury to me, to be in that eternal peace and love that is not just a hippie idea of the 70s lived on, but a general feeling of life we all can have when we allow life to live us instead of always trying to live it, steer it, control it, enhance it, and optimize it. I love to say that. How tiring is that? This constant process of changes we want to bring about doesn't give us this freedom. The cool thing is, this freedom is inside of you now, right now, guys. You just might open to it and invite it if you please. This doesn't come with angels and flutes and flashes of divine light, at least not for me. It comes quietly and soft, flowing within, expanding the heart, feeling like a completeness and fulfillment. And we all, I can assure you, recognize it when it happens. I don't know if it ever happened to you, if you had glimpses. I think most people in their lives are granted glimpses, and that's always invitations to go into it. But, if we just see it as a glimpse and even when we try to catch it, it's already gone and we're back to what we call normal. The thing is, when we get that glimpse, we kind of need to have this, oh yeah, right, yeah, without attaching to it, because attachment brings us right back to the world of duality and attachments. So, to be in this state for longer periods of time or even the whole lifetime, we need to take a leap. We need to let go of our ideas of life. We need to stop running after physical luxury, self-optimization, other people's love and recognition. Yeah, in the religions they even run for God's recognition, forgetting they are part of God. That is very interesting. Yeah, the first part of this return to true luxury is to stop running and allowing ourselves to be truly here in this moment. And for many, that's already luxury, stopping to do and run after achievements and struggle lists. At least for some minutes, we can give us this luxurious gift of fully falling in the moment and stop the doing. Let's try this right now. Stop. Observe feelings, thoughts, vibrations, and do not get involved. Just see them happening without being against them or wanting to change them. This creates a space in which true luxury can happen. Stop. In this state of flow, we will enjoy anything in life as a luxury, as an abundant gift. And we can move further, guys. We allow life to inspire us instead of us doing it or trying to bring anything about. We are not the doers. We are done by love and a kind of divine guidance, which never judges us, never brings us down. Who judges and can bring you down is what? The human limited mind. Let's turn this mind into a practical helping hand to love constantly in the luxury of no time, no space, where things do not matter, but they automatically are added to our physical life by grace. And I have good news. This grace doesn't prioritize anyone. It's here for all mankind. It's our nature if we only let it. Let us give away all our longing and struggling and our small or big luxury cover-ups of true happiness. This is a new experiment for many. Maybe. But it's a way to true liberations. And at least for me, a liberated life feels so good. It makes me smile gently during the day. It allows me to feel natural gratefulness. And every time I seem to fall back into daily struggle, resistance, and problem creating, it helps me to see that I want a change of heart and mind, and it is relaxing to see I do not need to do that. I can just let go, give it all away, and it is added to my life just by going out of the way. How about let us all go for that, guys? Hey, are we coming closer to what true luxury is? It is still luxury, or is it just the natural flow of life, which we do not try to manage anymore? Why should we man-age? It's a funny word, isn't it? Man-aging. So by managing something, we are aging, while our being is timeless, ageless, and eternal. So we are actually never-aging being that connects with the one being in which we are dearly held and guided. Thank you so much for sharing with me just by listening and letting the words and messages which are given during these sessions. Bye-bye for now, with great love and respect for your soul surfing journey. Let's have a wonderful soul surfing wave, okay? Bye-bye.